Imagine standing before a judge, your fate in his hands, and instead of stern lectures or punishment, you receive a kind smile and comforting words. In a gritty courtroom in Providence, Rhode Island. This isn't a scene from a movie, it really happened. The man on the bench was Judge Frank Caprio, whose compassionate rulings made him an internet sensation. Videos of ordinary traffic cases under his gavel went viral, earning over 1.7 billion views worldwide. He became known to many as the nicest judge in the world. But who was Frank Caprio? And how did a humble municipal judge touch so many lives? This is the story of a man who never forgot his roots, from shining shoes and delivering milk as a boy to becoming the face of compassion in the justice system. It's a story full of heart, lessons learned in a poor neighborhood, and the enduring question, what happens when justice meets kindness? Stay with us to find out. Judge Frank Caprio's life began in a working-class Italian-American family on Providence's Federal Hill. He was born in 1936 and grew up with 3 brothers. His father was a fruit peddler and milkman. Young Frank helped out by shining shoes and selling newspapers. Despite coming from a household without hot running water and enduring poverty on those narrow streets, Caprio held on to lessons from his family about helping others. His father's mantra was simple: put yourself in their shoes. How do you want to be treated? Those words would guide him for the rest of his life. Frank Caprio graduated high school as a state wrestling champion and in 1958 earned a bachelor's degree from Providence College. He then taught American government at Hope High School in Providence while attending law school at night. He also served in the Rhode Island Army National Guard during the late 1950s. Driven by a sense of civic duty, Caprio entered politics, was elected to the Providence City Council in 1962. He even ran for Rhode Island Attorney General in 1970, losing that race, but earning valuable experience along the way. Through these years, Frank Caprio learned the ropes of government and law, but he never lost his people-first perspective. He later chaired the Rhode Island Board of Governors for higher education, helping shape the state's colleges, and even managed a family law firm alongside his sons. In 1985, Caprio took the bench as a judge in Providence's municipal court. From then until 2023, for nearly 4 decades, he presided over thousands of cases. He wore the same black robe every day, but what he did under it was anything but ordinary. If one were to list Caprio's cases like evidence in an investigation, the story reads like a collection of uplifting short films. For example, consider one of his most famous moments. A Vietnam veteran named Bill came into court over a simple parking ticket. After hearing that the old soldier was struggling with medical care and parking near the VA hospital, Judge Caprio paused.
He asked how Bill had served. You were in Vietnam. When the vet said yes, Caprio smiled, thanked him for his service, and dismissed the ticket. Simple, gracious, heroic. This is not conjecture. It actually happened, and thanks to the cameras, the world watched. Videos like that spread like wildfire across the internet. Clips of Caprio gently listening to defendants' stories, a mother in tears about her son's death, a couple quipping in frustration over a traffic stop, kids nervously clutching tickets, earned hundreds of millions of views. One producer observed that the audience reaction was astonishing. They gained hundreds of millions of views for everything from a clip of a woman who broke down about her son's murder to another case of a minute-long parking violation, all unfolding in Caprio's real courtroom. And it wasn't scripted TV drama. This is real. This isn't Judge Judy, one producer noted. So, how did Judge Caprio run a courtroom? With a grandfatherly manner and sense of humor. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, he would say, greeting each group of defendants. He sat high on the bench, keys to the courthouse dangling, smiling gently. Most of you have made traffic offenses, he'd add with a twinkle. Then he'd do something surprising. He invited people to tell their side. If there is anything you wish to tell me that you think will help you, feel free to do so, Caprio assured everyone. Don't be nervous. We're not here to intimidate you. It was under this ethos that Caprio applied the law with compassion. He believed firmly in mercy and context. As he explained in an interview, I tried to look at the world through the eyes of the person before me. He understood that strict enforcement could ruin lives. If someone couldn't pay a $100 fine, they might lose their car and then be unable to care for their family. If I insisted on tickets or license suspensions, they might not be able to feed their kids that night, he said. So Caprio did not judge people by a fine on paper, but by the human beings standing there. His rulings made headlines: drivers forgiven for minor infractions, stolen parking fines, even giving a school teacher an impromptu civics lesson with a symbolic sentence. To Caprio, these were moments to teach kindness. The smallest thing can change someone's life, he once told a reporter, quoting a lesson from his father. It's not enough to climb the ladder of success, he explained. You have to lead down the ladder so others can rise. Caprio's compassionate approach raised eyebrows. Could a judge be too lenient? Some critics joked that he was essentially practicing judicial activism. They wondered if his kindness might undermine the law. But Providence's municipal court was actually a court of equity as well as law, giving judges latitude to use mercy. Caprio was simply exercising a legal discretion that balanced fairness with humanity. In the end, even skeptics had to admit his court was something different, a place where empathy met justice. His fame brought bigger questions. Why was this old-school judge suddenly a social media star? The answer came in 2017 when producers decided to share clips on YouTube. The public loved it. By 2018, local news was calling Caprio a viral sensation. His official show, Caught in Providence, was picked up by national TV. It ran in 186 cities and garnered for daytime Emmy nominations. But even as audiences grew, Caprio himself remained humble. "I'm just a small-town judge, trying to do good," he said. Yet life off-screen brought challenges. In December 2023, Caprio announced he had pancreatic cancer. At 87, this was a tough trial for the man who had given so much strength to others. In a heartfelt video, he asked his followers to pray for him, showing the same vulnerability he had shown defendants in court. "I know this is a long road, and I'm fully prepared to fight as hard as I can," he told them. Even facing his own hardship, he continued to inspire. His fight became a rallying point for fans around the world. On August 20th, 2025, after a courageous battle, Frank Caprio passed away peacefully at age 88. The news spread through the media and social networks like wildfire. Tributes poured in, on TV, on Facebook, on Instagram. Across America and beyond, people shared their favorite Judge Caprio moments. In one official statement, his family wrote, "Beloved for his compassion, humility, and unwavering belief in the goodness of people, Judge Caprio touched the lives of millions through his work in the courtroom and beyond." His warmth, humor, and kindness left an indelible mark on all who knew him. Even in passing, he had one more lesson for us. The statement continued, "He will be remembered not only as a respected judge, but as a devoted husband, father, grandfather, great-grandfather, and friend. His legacy lives on in the countless acts of kindness he inspired. In his honor, may we strive to bring a little more compassion into the world, just as he did every day." Frank Caprio's story is not a mystery to solve, but a heartwarming journey to celebrate. We started with a courtroom in Providence, we end with a universal message. Even within the law, there is space for mercy, understanding, and humanity. Judge Caprio asked us to put ourselves in others' shoes, a simple challenge with profound impact. His life showed us that a single act of kindness can echo around the world. So, as we close this chapter, we leave you with a question for discussion. What if more people treated others the way Judge Caprio did? Could we all lead down the ladder as he did, helping each other rise? This is Frank Caprio's legacy, a gentle reminder that justice tempered by compassion makes the world better. Don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring true stories. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and leave a comment below.